It'll take a bit. Obviously, when you've not prepared for a game, it's like he's preparing for his first game, where we've had now 3 or 4 under our belt. So, but he's practiced great, worked hard. Very good feel for the game. Understands what's going on clearly. So he'll make the adjustment as quickly as anyone could.
Next, we'll head to Parker Thune.
I don't think we asked you about Rick after Saturday's game, but obviously had a career-high 6 rebounds. How have you seen him develop? How's he coming along?
Rick's doing fine. Again, it's just a case of needing as many repetitions as possible. Needs game experience. Again, a guy that with a like a lot of players in the country, you miss that scrimmage, you miss those 2 exhibition games, you miss those opportunity to get minutes, game minutes. But he'll keep improving. He'll keep working. Great attitude about everything. As you say, he's a big guy in there that rebounds the ball well.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yep.
For our next question, we will go to Eric Bailey.
Hey, Lon, when you're dealing with a true freshman like Trey Phipps, what's the most difficult transition for a high school senior going into his college freshman year, and how has Trey handled that situation?
Trey's handled everything great, as you might imagine. Being from a coaching family, he's a gym rat. He's totally involved, hangs on every word. He's done great. Transition typically, it's a little more physical game. It's a little faster game, defensively. But he's got a good background there with Conley's, coaching, of course. So he's made the transition well.
Thank you, Lon.
Yep.
Next, we'll go to Josh Callaway.
Yeah, Lon, just curious, obviously you got this Oral Roberts game here scheduled, this week to make up for one of the games you missed before. Is there any chance or potential for once you're in conference play, if a team, an opponent's not going to play a week ahead, to schedule a non-conference game, or once you're in league play, are you going to just stick to league play?
No, not really. We'll stick with league play. And again, league play is going to be so up in the air, and there's going to be postponements. There's going to be changing, opponents maybe 2 or 3 days in advance. I think the league is prepared to be as flexible as we possibly can be. But no, we've got the SEC Challenge, of course, late January. But other than that, once we get into January 2, it'll be only league games.
Next, we'll go to Meg McDonald.
Hey, Lon, what are your thoughts on Jessica Cootie having the opportunity to call an OU men's basketball game, the first woman to do so?
That was great. No doubt about Jessica's capabilities. She's done a terrific job, for a long time. So I haven't, quite frankly, had the opportunity to learn, but people I've talked to said she did to listen, but people I've talked to said she was great, did a terrific job, and certainly no surprise there.
Next, we'll go to Barry Trammell.
Yeah, on Phipps, guy that can shoot, can shoot. But was there anything else he needed to do with his game to be able to help immediately? And how's he been able to contribute right off the bat?
He's done a good job. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the speed of it, the strength involved, the size, all that's going to be an adjustment for him. But he works hard, so he's made that adjustment. Like any shooter of his size, there's going to be matchups that are going to concern him. But they've got to also cover on the other end too. So, but he's working hard at that. He's got a front in the post. He's got to do different things to keep 6'5", 6'6" wings from trying to take advantage of just the size height difference. But he's worked hard at it. He understands all that and works to put himself in position early to fight that off as best he can.
Was the shooting? Does that always translate? A guy that shoots great on the high school level, does that always translate to the college level?
Maybe not always, but generally that's something that carries over. But typically, there's a little transition even at that, which Trey hasn't had. Trey, I think, is shooting it exactly like he did last year. Hasn't had second thoughts about, pulling the trigger. He's kind of grown up with that mentality, which is what makes him a good shooter.
Thanks, Lon.
You bet.
Then we'll go back to Parker Thune.
Coach, just wondering if you've gotten a chance to look ahead at Oral Roberts for Wednesday, and if so, got any evaluation of what they bring to the table?
Yeah, I have watched, and they're very good. Coach Mills has done a great job. He's got great spacing. He's got really good players. He's got guys that move the ball. They play unselfishly. Very good team. Very good team. You know, obviously going into Stillwater, going into Wichita. You know, anytime you can play people like that, you know, to a one-possession game late, you know, it's a good team. So we know that. There won't be any surprises about how good they are when they come in here on Wednesday. Coach again has done a fantastic job.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
We have time for one more question, and for that, we'll head to Eric Bailey.
Hey, Lon, going back about ORU, how did this game develop? Did you reach out to them or did they reach out to you? How did this come together so quickly?
Well, like everyone, you know, everyone's, flexible on what they have to do going forward. Coach Mills actually called us prior to the season starting, anticipating, you know, if you've got a cancellation, if you've got anything that we can make work out together, you know, he was ready to do that. So when we did have a couple cancellations, Coach Shep talking to their folks, and it worked out very quickly and very easily. Both teams wanted to make it happen, and we appreciate their flexibility in doing that.